but it's always going to be a good option to control your training partner's basing hand, okay? So he doesn't have that base of support on that foreside. So we're in this situation here. I have my cross shoulder post. I have my frame inside the bicep. I have my knee shield in place. Your knee shield can be high and your knee shield can be low, okay? So it could be down at the hip or it could be up by the knee, okay? This is going to vary, okay? I tend to play with both and I tend to play between both, okay? Depending upon, you know, my opponent, how I feel, et cetera, et cetera. So both are very, very acceptable. The only thing you have to be aware of, as we mentioned before, is not to insert your whole shin, okay? Because your training partner can collapse that shin. So make sure that you just put that first part, okay, of the knee. Remember, it's a knee shield, okay, not a shin shield. So it's just going to be the knee and maybe, 2 inches, below the knee. Okay, that's going to be in front of your partner's hip. And as always, we want to create that scissoring effect where our 2 feet are hovering over each other. Okay, a little bit less important if we're up by the shoulder with a high knee shield, but down by the hip, we definitely want to have foot over foot. As we're in here, very often you're going to find situations where your training partner's hand, okay, is either right there on your ribs, or as we're in this pummeling battle, sometimes you'll find that your training partner's hand ends up somewhere around your chest, okay? This is going to happen a little bit organically, as we talked about in the grip fighting sequence. As we go in and we start fighting for grips, you're going to find opportunities to get into your training partner's hands. Let's say, for example, maybe I went and I started looking to take my training partner's hand here with 2-on-1. From here, again, I have control of his hand, so he can't really transition and control my head. So he's going to be interested in breaking this grip. That might create a situation where I can go in and I can access that 2-on-1 on this side. Okay, so however it happens, we can go in and we get a hold of our training partner's wrist. We come out and I take 2-on-1. I generally prefer using 2-on-1 elbow. Okay, when you grip 2-on-1 elbow, it's our middle finger and thumb. Okay, that primary connection has to come at the middle finger and thumb. We grip just above that bony part, okay, of the elbow. You're going to find that joint, okay, on the inside. I want to grip just above there, okay, especially as things start getting sweaty. It's going to give us just a little bit more robustness of grip when we're holding on just above there, okay. We're holding onto the wrist, and now from here, we're in a knee shield, okay. We're not flattened out, so he hasn't beaten our knees, so we're voluntarily putting our knees behind our training partner. But we're doing so in a manner where we have this 2-on-1. This makes it safe for us to do so, because again, if he tried to come forward towards us, he's just exposing, okay, his back to us. Doesn't really make sense. He's going to be more likely to be pulling away. So when we come in, I have that knee shield. I have this 2-on-1 grip. I'm going to push my knees through, but I'm also going to bring my head forward. I'm going to bring my head forward so that now I can put my 2 feet on the floor and shoot my hips underneath, okay, and we get into this position here. Right as I get into this position, the mechanics are all going to be exactly the same. The only difference is, rather than being chest to chest, I have a 2-on-1. Back heel, step on my own foot, or any one of the positions that we talked about with our feet, pinch our 2 knees together, and from here my hips come in underneath and we tilt our training partner over. From here, we look to come up, solidify, top position. If at any point your partner manages to free his hand, base out on the floor, again, you created that extension, you can start transitioning to underhooks. You're going to be able to recover your positions. There's not a whole lot of risk in hitting a knee lever. If we do it from the other side, let's say, for example, we're in here. However it happens, again, we get to this 2-on-1 elbow. We bring our head in. We bring our hips underneath, and we end up in this position. My knee goes to that near side butt cheek. My foot steps on my other foot. We pinch and we tilt, okay, in this direction. Again, we control that base of support, so we tip them over. In the event that maybe you went with a 2-on-1 wrist option, and I went to tilt my partner, and we base the elbow. We come up to our own elbow and we post on the ribs. Now from here, as we both go to battle for height, right, we're at the same height with our head and with our hips. But as we both go to battle for height, his heisting leg, okay, is controlled by my half guard leg. So when he tries to hip heist, if I just open my leg here just so you guys can see, if he wanted to hip heist, he would have to come up onto this knee and move that leg back. So because I hit that knee lever and we ended up in this position, when he goes to heist on that leg, he can't do it. He can drive weight onto his left leg, but that's why I have my hand, okay, reinforcing either on the rib cage, okay, or on the hip. Okay, so this hand is going to be reinforcing here in the armpit, here on the ribs, or here on the hip. So when he tries to come up, he can't do it. My right leg stays back healing, and my left leg comes up. My left